Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So this is the 2025 Specialized Chisel Comp Hardtail mountain bike, and in this episode I will give you the buyer's guide for this bike, and I will also answer the question, should you really spend 2,400 hard-earned US dollars on this hardtail mountain bike? So first thing first, let's answer the question, who is this bike for? So this is a classical cross-country hardtail mountain bike, so definitely, if you like to go proper off-roading, and even if you are, competing in some kind of mountain bike races, then definitely these types of cross-country mountain bikes are for you. I will also add here that hardtail mountain bikes are super versatile as an everyday bike, because of course you can ride on the pavement, and whenever you want you can easily go off-roading with these huge volume 29-inch tires. So definitely, any ride off the pavement off-road is going to be, superbly smooth. When you look at the paint scheme on this Specialized Chisel, you have two paint schemes to choose from. The first one is this beautiful, in my opinion, almost like a lemon yellow, I would call it, with hints of black. And then you also have this very classical, like dark blue with the hints of kind of silver and white. So both paint schemes, very nice in my opinion. And also I'm really glad that Specialized is offering two paint schemes when this retail price is 2,400 US dollars. Okay, now we can talk about the specifications of this bike and really see what are you gonna get for your hard-earned money. So let's start with the frame and the fork. So this frame is the aluminum or aluminium frame, and this is the kind of secret sauce of Specialized, where they have this smart weld technology. I think they call it now the Alusio smart weld technology. So definitely, they have superb experience in making these aluminum frames, and they can really make them very light for this mountain bike application. So this aluminum frame, of course, threaded bottom bracket, excellent stuff. 12mm through axle at the back, 15mm axle at the front, and also, as you can see, internally routed cables through the frame. Also, this smart weld technology, if you look closer, all these welds on the aluminum are nicely hidden, so it looks like a very smooth frame, almost like if you would have, a carbon fiber frame. It's very hard to see any welding points here on this frame. So all in, a superb aluminum frame from Specialized, and of course, you will have the lifetime warranty on this aluminum frame from Specialized. Now, when it comes to the smaller pieces on the bike, for example, saddle and the seat post, so the saddle is again an excellent body geometry Specialized saddle. They are just excellent saddles, I like them a lot, and this seat post is an aluminum seat post on this bike, so here I wish that they have included a carbon fiber seat post, so even for you in the future, it's definitely worth investing a bit of money and buying a carbon fiber seat post, just because you're going to soak up a bunch of the smaller road bumps and even make this bike ride even much more smoother. Also at the front, when you look at the cockpit, so the handlebar and the stem, very classical aluminum handlebar, aluminum stem. Nothing proprietary here. These are separate pieces. It's going to be super easy to adjust the position on the bike, and also if you ever want to upgrade anything in the future or replace anything in the future, it's going to be super easy. Sometimes, people would upgrade these components to a carbon fiber handlebar, carbon fiber stem. Personally, I don't think there's any special need to do that. In my opinion, it's better to buy the carbon fiber seat post first and then worry about some, other components. Okay, so as you can see, definitely no special complaints here from me for the aluminum frame and some other, small aluminum pieces. It's perfectly fine, and Specialized has a very good experience in doing all these aluminum pieces. Now let's talk about the fork on this bike. So this fork is the RockShox Judy Gold RL fork, and this is 100 millimeters of travel on this fork. You can also adjust the rebound here at the bottom from the slow to the very fast rebound, and also on this fork you have a lockout at the top where you can run it, fully opened or fully locked out. So definitely with 100 millimeters of travel, a proper classical cross-country mountain bike fork, and also this RockShox Judy Gold RL. If you would be buying this fork on the open market, the price would be probably somewhere in the region of $400 to $550 US. Also, I'll mention here that the good thing with the RockShox forks is that when it comes to the servicing, this fork shouldn't be very expensive, because for example, if you have like a Fox fork or some of the Cannondale lefty forks, that can become very expensive for servicing. So all in, this classical 100 millimeters RockShox Judy Gold fork, perfectly fine for this cross-country mountain bike, and also it comes with the 15 millimeters of true axle at the front. Now let's talk about the braking system on the bike. So these brakes are the SRAM. SRAM level T brakes, both the front and the back, hydraulic disc brakes, and also at the front you will have 180 millimeters SRAM rotors. So these are the classical pace line braking rotors, and then at the back you will have a 160 millimeter braking rotor. So this is a classical setup on a cross-country mountain bike. 180 millimeters at the front, and then at the back 160 millimeters. Perfectly fine. And in the future, when you destroy these braking discs, definitely you can stick with the SRAM offering for any types of braking discs. Now when it comes to the shifting performance, so this bike is a 1x12 system, so only single chainring at the front, and this single chainring is the SRAM Eagle 1000 chainring, and this is the 32 tooth at the front, so the single chainring, totally fine 32 tooth, only if you are some very serious racer or you can produce some really serious power, you might need the bigger chainring than 32. Also here, as you can see, a SRAM NX shifter at the back, the rear derailleur SRAM NX at the back, and also the shifter SRAM NX at the front. Of course, single shifter 12-speed group set, and this huge cassette at the back, SRAM Eagle cassette. This is the 12-speed cassette, 1050 chainring. So huge, gear spread on this cassette. Definitely, you won't have any problems in climbing any steep mountains and going off-road. So the one thing I will mention here is that when it comes to this SRAM NX mechanical 12-speed group set, I have to say it is nowhere near, in my opinion, as the Shimano Dior mechanical 12-speed group set. So the shifting performance of Shimano Dior, in my opinion, is just much better than this SRAM NX version. So you definitely need to try this SRAM NX group set on any mountain bike you can, just so you can, determine for yourself if you like the way the SRAM NX mechanical works. For example, if you have been running Shimano all your life, Shimano Dior, Shimano SLX, then definitely you will notice the difference between Shimano and this SRAM NX group set. I don't think personally that this SRAM NX group set and also their lower tier SRAM SX is a very good product, but definitely you gotta check it out, you gotta try it on your own, and then you will find out. Also, I forgot to mention here, the bottom bracket on this bike is a classical threaded bottom bracket, should be perfectly fine with this aluminum frame and this classical SRAM crankset. Okay, now we can talk about the wheel set on this bike, and this is a nice combination of aluminum rims from Specialized, which are tubeless compatible. Also, the hubs on this bike are the Specialized own sealed cartridge bearings front and back, so I wouldn't expect anything special here. And the tires on the bike, in my opinion, superb tires. These are the Specialized Fast Track T7 compound at the front, and then you have a T5 compound at the back. Definitely, value for money, and the performance of these Fast Track tires are stunning, and I'm really glad that they've included them on this bike. Also, Since this is a 29-inch wheel, the width of the tires is 2.35 inches, so nice huge volume in this tire, and definitely you can run it on lower pressures, especially if you turn this wheel set into a tubeless wheel set, so a tubeless tape and tubeless sealant inside, tubeless valves, then definitely even the pressures in the tires can go even lower than if you are running the tubes inside. So the big question now is, should you spend $2,400 on this cross-country mountain bike? So I will say it like this. The price is not so crazy, considering, again, it's a Specialized and you always pay a bit of premium for a Specialized, and it is definitely a light cross-country mountain bike. So it is probably going to be like 11.7 kilograms for size large, and yes, this aluminum frame is going to be a bit harsher than running a carbon fiber frame, but for $2,400 it's, you know, impossible to get a carbon fiber frame bike from Specialized. So all in, you just have to make sure that this SRAM NX group set is something that you like the way it's shifting, because from my experience, Shimano Dior group set is just much better than the SRAM NX group set. So this is gonna be it for today. If you like what I'm doing, please do keep on watching, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!